So let's get to it. So first of all, I'd like to even get us started on who is an entrepreneur. So an entrepreneur is an initiator, a challenger, and a driver. Someone that can be able to create something new, either an initiative, a business, or a company. An entrepreneur is the beginning and sometimes the end of a venture, project, or activity. The entrepreneur, she, is definitely the one that decides to make the idea a reality. And also, an entrepreneur is the person in charge, the leader, and the person to look up to for leadership. An entrepreneur is the one that pushes forward and also inspires a team to follow. The entrepreneur is the one that can be able to sit in the driver's seat and has the ability to change direction, accelerate, slow down, and even stop a venture. So if you fall into this category, then definitely you are an entrepreneur. And also, being an inventor and the entrepreneur is the inventor. Being an inventor is the originator of the product or concept. And also, an entrepreneur can be the opportunity spotter and also the project champion. After getting the idea, he'll be able to identify the opportunity, match the idea to the opportunity, and exploit the opportunity to build something of great value. So now we know who is an entrepreneur. So now let's get to what is entrepreneurship. So entrepreneurship is a stage, or let's say process, whereby an individual or group of individuals used organized effort to pursue opportunities, to create value by fulfilling one's needs through innovation and uniqueness. Entrepreneurship also is the process of identifying opportunities in the marketplace. It is creating wealth by bringing together resources in new ways to start and operate an enterprises. Also, it is the ability to take risks independently to make more earning in market-oriented economy. There's a lot of definitions, but these are the ones that I'm going to take today. So let's get to our topic for today, which is what is entrepreneurship development. So entrepreneurship development is a program designed to help a person in strengthening his entrepreneurial motive and acquiring skills and capabilities necessary for playing his entrepreneurial role effectively. It's also the process of improving skills, knowledge of entrepreneurs through various trainings and classroom programs. It's also a program which seeks to do all this shall qualify to be called an entrepreneurship development program. So why do we need entrepreneurship development? 1, to increase national production, balance area development for entrepreneur awareness, growing employment opportunity, increasing productivity, optimum use of local resources, improving in international competitiveness, continue innovation in managerial practices, and also balance area of development, and so on and so forth. So these are some of the myths of entrepreneurship that people normally hear, that most people say entrepreneurs are actually born, not made, which I think it's the most common, because I believe entrepreneurs are made actually. It's not something genetic. It's everybody, I believe, can be an entrepreneur. And also one of the myths is they are always inventors. Entrepreneurs are not inventors. They just help motivate us more on building amazing stuff as an inventor. And you don't have to be young actually to be an entrepreneur. Looking at the founder of KFC, he started at the age of 65. Now in his 80s, he is one of the richest people in the world. So, and also entrepreneurship is not easy. It's a hard road to follow, because it might seem easy, because if you look at the successful people out there, you might think they have done a lot. They haven't done a lot. Maybe you might find it a very easy stuff, but actually it's not easy. And also another myth I would take is you must have a degree in business to be an entrepreneur. You don't have to have a degree in business to be an entrepreneur. You just have to learn the skills needed to be an entrepreneur. So I guess now, okay, we're going to deep dive into business and business idea. So what is a business? An entrepreneur, you definitely have to have a business you're running or something like that. So how can you even have, what is a business idea? So a business idea is like a starting point for current or future entrepreneurs. It is essential because it is the beginning of new life, the life of a business and the life of an entrepreneur. But an idea is important only in the initial stage of a startup. The result of good business idea will feel in all phases of development of the company, but also a large part will depend on other entrepreneurial activities. An average person always has many ideas. It is very nature of us humans to dream about better life, about a better environment, about a better world. However, ideas in many cases will come and go from our brain. So if you want to remember and make things something about your specific business ideas, you can definitely check some of the steps to create a best business idea. So, and then now, how to turn your business idea to a concept and opportunity. Firstly, customer segmentation and early adopters. So customer segmentation, also known as consumer segmentation, helps identify the particular needs of each segment, discovering the best fit for a product, ultimately serving the segment better. So it's like to create an irresistible product or services that are going to that have a focus people, because having a market means that you definitely need to have people that you are a target market. Like when Facebook started, definitely didn't start to like this. Mark Zuckerberg didn't say that I'm going to make everybody in the world start using Facebook. He rather started with his cosmate. That was how Facebook started. So this is one of the when you are an entrepreneur, after the business, getting business ideas, how can you be able, what are the next steps? So in customer segmentation, you need to understand who your customers are, and then who are the early adopters, which are the early adopters, who are the first people, the target market. So actually start small and then think big when it comes to identifying customers. So now we're going to talk about the problem identification. So not every solution has a problem, but every problem has a solution. Instead of starting with a solution for your selected customer segment, start with identifying their problem. So for example, if you choose your customers are people in school, are students in school, so instead of just starting with the solution, try and find out if actually what you're trying to, your idea is actually a problem that needs to be solved. So at any given moment, you should be able to tell which problem you're trying to solve for your customer. If you manage to identify and solve a problem which is painful enough, people will be ready to pay for the solution. So problem interviews. Go and talk with customers right now. Seriously, this is single most important suggestions we want you to take away from this from this presentation. Go and talk with your customers now. It is important that you not only think that you have found a problem, but that your customers validate that they are indeed feeling the problem. And here are some reasons to speak to your customers in such an early stage, because you never know if the problem is actually there before it is confirmed. 2, understand context of the problem, how bad it is, why do they not solve it already, etc. You also have a list of people who might become your first clients. So, and the ways you can do that interview, it can be one-on-one, or create a survey form, and so on and so forth. It's very easy nowadays to do that, but you have to definitely talk with people to understand if that is actually a problem, so that you can understand if you are trying to solve a problem. And then ideation. So now you know who your customer segment is. you know their problems, and you probably already have an idea or two to solve these problems. So before you move on, stop for a minute and try out a couple of ideation exercises on more ideas. Who knows, maybe you can come up with even better ones. Think of the ideation start. What are the things that you think you can start the implementation process? Like what are the things you need to get started in the implementation of your idea? And that will make your when you started the implementation or prototyping, to test your idea out there. After the prototyping, then you can do the implementation, and then you understand that okay, this is actually what I want out there, and then you can see if real customers are out there for it, and then you've gotten it. So since I would like to hear more questions. If there is any question regarding this presentation, please. Thank you very much. Waiting for your questions.